Foot's lucky, but I'm wondering. I don't knock on hardwood, it wouldn't change a thing. Nothing works, I can't stop this hurt. You're never coming back again.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Found sometime last week, has been inspected in Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.
The views, opinions, and representations expressed on the K-Ghost Radio Network and its website are those of the host, guest, and participants, and they are not necessarily those of or endorsed by the network, its affiliated stations and broadcast, management, or advertising of the network. The show is found under LJA Broadcasting Network. UFO Talk Radio can, but does not necessarily promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only, and they are not intended to treat or diagnose and or claim to cure any disease or condition, or give any medical or legal advice. All music is purchased and owned by LJA Broadcasting.
I got the windows rolled down, got the radio up, and I'm heading out of Vegas tonight. And it's a 1:30 on a 4-day run, and the desert is a welcome sight. I can see you there in that dress you wear, and it's keeping my foot on the gas. I drink a gallon of Joe just to make it back home and hold you in my arms at last.
Some fun right along with us, broadcasting live deep from the desert of Nevada. Welcome to the Glenn Lary Show. Now, broadcasting live from deep in the desert of Nevada, K-Ghost Radio presents UFOTalkRadio.com with your host, Larry Glenn Anderson, Glenn Lary.
Hello, all my friends and fans and family out there from the high desert in the great America, Southwest, broadcasting live deep in the desert of Nevada. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I bid you well wherever you may be or what time zone you might be in. Yes, we are live, everybody. I am Glenn Lary, and it's great to be on the show tonight. I mean, it's great to be back. Tell you the truth. Yes, sirree. The LGA Broadcasting Network thanks you. To all my affiliates out there, small broadcasters, micro stations out there, also ham radio operators out there, 73s to all my friends, shortwave operators, internet stations, and also different AM, FM stations out there also. And I also would like to say to the silent key, Whiskey 60 Bravo Bravo, that's right. And also to KPFF FM and Pahrump, what a great station. Listen to them, they're fantastic. And also KBHR 57 AM, Sissy, Alaska, and to everybody out there all over the world. Well, I had a great day. Hope you did also. We did a lot of stuff in the station this morning and got things kind of tied up on the other side of Country Volt radio we started. And we're going to have some other stuff on that station. Great interview with John Conley. If you remember that interview, it's being replayed and you can hear the whole thing. Oh, yes, I'm telling you for sure. How was your day? How was your week? Had a lot of calls about the last show. Did very well. By the way, on the UFO sightings all over the world, 20 of this last for the last 20 days. There's been 20 sightings. Believable. From spots from blue lights to green lights to saucers that are spinning in the air out looking out their windows. I mean, from cigar shapes. The discs, of course, they're always there. And a couple have come out of the oceans, have been seen by some civilians. And they're popping up everywhere. And there's more and more to come. And if you check out the site, and please do, it's a great site, MUFON, and look for their case management system they have going there. And it should show the last 20 sightings, and pretty interesting. Los Angeles has had a few. Denver, Colorado. Victoria, Canada's had a few. Sandy, Oregon. What was that one like? It says, a bright colored glowing object in the sky over the farm. Okay. Well, some are very simple. Maybe they don't know what they are, but when you see them up close, you know what they are. They're UFOs. Oh my God, they can be very scary. Yes, sir. Next week, we're going to have on a great guest. His name is Tom Whitmore, and this guy is the Majestic 12 guy. Yeah, he knows all about Majestic 12. The guy's written a lot of papers on it and what have you, but it's going to be our next show coming up. And let's see here. What else do we have on our desk? Okay. Men in Black have been seen. There has been some sightings of Men in Black, and especially some people that have been on the radio and on TV and written books have been visited by the Men in Black. Now, have I? There were some black cars with window tinting, Cadillac X-Lays, I think they were, and parked in front of the station, and just sitting there. 2 of them. Did I have the nerve to go up and knock on the window and says, "Can I help you?" No, I did not do that. They can come down. Of course, my gates are locked and what have you, but by appointment only as we work it. Yes, we do. Yeah, but they're being seen, Men in Black, and especially from those that are involved, the UFO. This all started up in the 1950s when people were seeing UFOs. They were told not to say anything, and they were threatened. And their lives, their family, what have you. And of course, they'd be scared and say nothing. So much is happening these days, and it's coming out that there is UFOs. The military, Pentagon, says there are UFOs. I believe, of course, I believe it. UFO Talk Radio, I'm right with you. If you have stories, I want you to do me a favor. I really want to hear from you. I want to hear from you guys so bad. I want to have you email me, GlennLary51 at gmail.com, and tell me your story. Or you can call in. These are open lines tonight, okay? And if you've seen UFOs, strange things have happened to you, I want to hear it. And so do the other people listening on the audience tonight would also like to hear it. A deep thanks to great show, by the way. It's Night Dreams Radio, starring his host is Gary Anderson. I'm just, Anderson's a good name, by the way. Happens to be mine too, but no relation. But the guy's great and does a good job, and he's got a great site, and things helped me out quite a bit. And thank you, Gary. You're the best. Yes. Always share the love. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. You betcha. Okay. I also want to thank some friends out there. I want to thank Sheldon Battery. They do a good job for me here in Las Vegas. They take care of the RV. Our UFO Talk Radio RV. Which you're going to do some traveling in again, coming up very soon. If you're in Vegas, want to know about batteries, the guy to call, 702 is 702 area code 362-8180, and ask for Jeffrey. And want to thank him. Nice people. Got a lot of other things to say tonight, and I'm going to run a PSA for you. We do that for you, and these are good ones.
Violence, theft, drugs, graffiti. It's all part of joining a gang. In times like these, we need to protect our children and our community from gangs. Gangs often prey on unsupervised teens with low self-esteem, who perform poorly in school, who seek a sense of belonging, or are simply bored. Joining a gang often involves violent hazing rituals. Once in a gang, members can become alienated from their families, school, and friends. Drugs, guns, and malicious activity are common elements in gangs. Trying to leave a gang can be a difficult and dangerous process. The best way to get out of a gang is never to join one. Protect kids from being recruited by a gang. Know who they're hanging out with. Involve kids in after-school activities and provide positive role models. Help reduce gang activities in your community by working with local law enforcement and school systems. Don't let a kid you know get involved with gangs. Visit ncpc.org to learn more or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of National Crime Prevention Council and the Ad Council.
Every day, people are afraid to report violent crimes. In times like these, choosing to report a crime or helping the police can be a difficult decision. A no-snitching culture has sprung up in our communities, making it unpopular and sometimes even dangerous to report a crime. Do the right thing by calling 911 or your local crime tip line. If you're the victim of a crime, report it. If you know about a crime, report it. To learn more about how to do the right thing, visit ncpc.org or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Now, back to Glenn Lary.
And we are back. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, Men in Black. No, I didn't go knock on their window. I would not have done that. No, no way. So much has been seen. Again, I want to remind you folks out there, we are on iHeart. We are. YouTube, Facebook, Reverse Nation, StreamYard, Spotify, Speaker, and Twitter, Archer, iHeart, of course, and we have Google Podcast also, Apple Podcast. So we're out there everywhere. Yeah, everywhere. The shows are getting better and better, and I do thank Gary for helping me on that. Also, so here we are, and things are being seen. Like tonight's lines, we're going to open everything up for you. 114, 1113. I'm going to give that number out very soon. But I want to hear your strange stories. I want to hear about some new UFO stuff too. Email me so I can get that. And if you have a real good story, I'll send you a coffee cup. How's that sound, huh? Hey, did you see on the Facebook page that gentleman who got his cups? Very happy. Nice looking cups, aren't they? Anyway, I also want to talk about Ray's Honey. Ray's Honey is on the website, as you can see, and I happen to have a jar right here. Very healthy for me, and I love honey. And for you have allergies, especially around Vegas or Arizona, that whole region, the bees are from there, and it actually helps stop the allergies. And if you read about it, what honey can do, it actually heal a lot of things. And so check that out on those websites. And if you want to donate, just push the donate button. Thank you very much. And share us. Please share us on Facebook to all your friends and neighbors and what have you. We're going to open the lines up. I am Glenn Lary, so stand by.
To call UFO Talk Radio, the Glenn Lary Show, deep in the dark desert of Nevada, call 702-874-1114. North of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. West of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. And south of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. And East Rockies, call 702-874-1114. First-time callers, call 702-874-1114. And if you just want to talk to the Glenn Lary Show, call 702-874-1114.
Yes, I'll tell you. Well, I had a friend just the other day tell me that his sighting was quite frightening of his UFO experience. And he says, I'll never forget it to this day. And he said that his teacher that he went to high school with had seen the same thing. And they got together and talked about it. And the teacher was afraid to lose his job back in the day. But these current dreams come back to him, and I don't know what that means, but that's what's going on. So they're talking, and they joined a group, which is a UFO group, research group. They both became UFO investigators. How much fun is that? How interesting. With your teacher that you went to school with, high school with. I think that's pretty cool. People can go on their lives wondering what to do when you see these things, how they handle it. Sometimes it changes their lives. Yeah, and some stories are so scary, frightening. I told you about mine when I was a young man. Looked out the young boy actually looked out the window, heard a sound, a very odd sound, and I looked out there, and there was a UFO. And I was wide awake when I saw this. I even woke my sister up, and finally she admitted she saw it, and there it was, and it was a disc shape, and it hovered over the houses and shot off real to the angle of the right, to the left, and then off it went, just disappeared, gone. Yeah, yeah. Alien abduction. Did you hear about the yacht that was out there in, I guess it was, where was it, about South Pacific area? These fishermen, 3 of them on a boat, beautiful boat, very expensive. Oh, they just disappeared, pop, gone. Oh, yeah. I think they were abducted. I really do. Do you have an abductee story for me tonight? I would love to hear that. And about anything you'd like to talk about tonight, because we kind of let the lines are open. 1114, 1113 are both open. So if you'd like to call, I would appreciate it too. So the teacher and the student are now investigators. So many investigators out there. I've had a few on the stations here, and they do quite well. Lots of information out there. More is coming. The government's finally coming out with some stuff. But the guy coming up this Whitmore, his Majestic 12 thing is going to be quite interesting. I can't wait for that. Yes. We are scheduling people to be on the show. If you have someone out there that you find that's very interesting, that you'd like to hear them on our station, give us a call. We will, of course, interview them, talk to them, and see if we can set up a date. And they'll call the number 702-874-1113. That is station office out here. Actually, it's our secondary phone. We have a Skype line now, which is the Pahrump International line. Yeah. And it's 1-775-990-8275. Now, that's a pretty interesting line. I do a lot of interviewing on that line because it's pretty clear. Although Skype the other week was giving everybody heck. Oh, my gosh. A lot of the talk shows, especially talking about the paranormal, were having awful problems. In and out. Mine held pretty good. Sometimes Skype is just smooth as can be. Other times it is so bad. Well, how do you beat it? In radio, anything can happen. It can happen at just the time you're going on the air. And you're just really puckering up going, oh my gosh, I hope this works. I'm going to push it anyway until it happens. And then sometimes you have to start all over. Yeah, I've done it here many times. Trust me. I'm going to get that number out again, everybody. And I hope you give us a call, have some talk. Tonight's fun stuff. Oh, yeah.
To call UFO Talk Radio, the Glenn Lary Show, deep in the dark desert of Nevada, call 702-874-1114. North of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. West of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. And south of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. And east of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. First-time callers, call 702-874-1114. And if you just want to talk to the Glenn Lary Show, call 702-874-1114.
My gosh, I love that thunder. I really do. Have you ever been in a big thunderstorm? Lightning, everything going crazy on continues for like 4 to 5 hours? I have. Pretty scary. Montana, of all places. And it was pretty scary because it would strike in odd places. And they say lightning does not strike twice in the same place. Oh, wrong. Very wrong. Lightning can do what it wants to do. Okay. Gosh, don't be on the telephone. Yeah. If you're on a landline and it's thunder lightning going on, do not get on that receiver because it hits the lines. It's going to hit you and knock you forward. Well, it'll kill you, actually. That's a lot of volts. Yeah. A lot of votes in transmitters, by the way, too. I've heard this story twice now, actually 3 times, from 3 different people that their, I guess, kind of chief engineer in these radio stations was cleaning around the transmitters with a vacuum cleaner. And Gary told me the story, and another guy told me the story too. And I know how it works because in these transmitter rooms, dust becomes dust balls, and it's the static electricity or something. Just because you got to keep everything clean, and but if you were to hit or touched something in around that area, you're dead. You're fried. So our little transmitter here might get a tingle out of it, but now the broadcasting over the world and internet radio is coming into cars really soon. That's going to be a big thing. AM's hanging in there, trying to survive. FM is also having some problems. Radio is not like it used to be. Things have changed. There's a little station actually up in Elko. There's a group of stations up there. They don't even use the internet to broadcast because they have such a good audience in their town. The broadcasting agency does very well and for the town, but in the big market, sometimes it gets harder and harder. And I'm so happy that we have internet radio and podcasts, as you call them. I call them, well, rebroadcasts. But going live like we're doing tonight, sometimes things work, sometimes they don't, but we're having fun about that. Now, on the ghost story end of it, I had an experience the other night and it kind of shook me up. I have no pets. I do love pets. I love cats and I love dogs. And I love birds, pretty birds. I feed my birds outside my house all the time. And yeah, nature is so beautiful. I've been looking for a German Shepherd, by the way, and I almost had one, but it's a male. I want a female German Shepherd or a female lab, golden lab. Those the one, and I'm looking kind of hard to find those, and it's hard to find the ones dogs you want. Of course, I lost my baby girl, my doggie, my beautiful shepherd. She was great. And that really took me for man, it caused a heart attack. Ever heard of a broken heart? Oh, that was a broken heart, I'll tell you. Oh, that was rough for me. But also for you, when you lose a pet, like family, very special. Yes. But the ghost story, I was working in the office, and the lights kind of went on and off, kind of like so. And again, on and off. And I'm looking, I go, is there something power thing going on? And also I hear a snap. And the light went off and then went bright, real bright, and then it stayed as normal. And I said, whoever is in the studio or what type of message you want to give me, could you type it out? I'm not getting the Morse code. It was not even nothing. I did the dot, it did even that much of a light going on. So, couldn't have been it. Or maybe I was just having a bad surge or something from the power company, but they love to fool electronics. I watched a film of the day about, of course, ghosts. And I believe I've seen them, and they come in and out of this place. I've seen spirits, and they are real. And of course, the gentleman I had on the other night did a great job. We're gonna have him back too. And yeah, when they walk through your house and you just happen to catch them, and they're not walking by like this, but they're walking somewhere. They got a mission or whatever they do, where they go ghostville or whatever. It's a thin veil, of course, from the reality from our side to their side. So if you have a story tonight, I want to hear from you. All right, we're going to give this number out again. Sometimes we hit and miss. 1113 is open also. So here we go.
UFO Talk Radio, the Glenn Lary Show, deep in the dark desert of Nevada. Call 702-874-1114. North of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. West of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. And south of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. And east of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. First-time callers, call 702-874-1114. And if you just want to talk to the Glenn and Larry Show, call 702-874-1114.
I had to open that door a little bit. Yeah, it's getting warm. I've had some real cold nights. We did have some snow last night, a little bit of a light breeze blizzard, more or less. They had some snow this morning, and it is March, of course. It does happen up here. Our snow goes away, though. Some people's snow stays around for a long, long time. And I know it's miserable for them. Gosh, it's terrible sometimes. Texas really got hit hard. But how you survive it, I don't know. I've been looking for his property, also looking around what I can get. But there's nothing like where I'm at, which is deep in the desert of Nevada. Yeah, but it gets hot. Oh my gosh, can it get hot? I think we might have a hot summer coming our way. To tell you the truth, climate change is changing, so we'll see. Meteors going past the Earth, all sorts of stuff going on up there, different lights and stuff. Seen from all over. I don't want to be a type of guy talk about D-Day or what's going to happen, the end of the Earth and all that, or what have you. But what is with the UFOs? And would whoever there is leave our people alone? Quit abducting them, take them away. Quit it. It's been going on for years. And I think they are kind of responsible for that. And there's other things, of course, there is. But I think they have a great pull you out and gone. And yeah, that's how they do it. And I don't trust them. And we're trying to communicate with them. Are they trying to communicate with us? Some say yes, some say no. Some say, well, they put themselves in a different way in the stars, up in the sky, so you will see them, how they lay themselves out, to give us kind of a map of where they're from, type of thing. If I were them, I'd just land. Or maybe they're not supposed to land. Maybe we are someone's experiment. Maybe it's a alien kid's lab we're in, and this is his project, and it's all his project. Do you think so? Oh my gosh, I don't know, but yeah, why haven't they just hello? They've been around, and we see them. We have shot at them, and we've chased them, and I think they've shot back. They disabled a missile head at one time, and thinking it was going to go somewhere, apparently. But yeah, that happens. And now our people in space, SpaceX, is seeing a lot of stuff up there. And I'm surprised we're not getting more reports, because some have been caught on camera. And it's not fake news, not fake stuff. It's real. Now, of course, all the satellites out there, 60 satellites have been released. Yeah, what's it called? Space Link have released all those satellites, and that shows up in the sky also. So you might mistaken those as a UFO, but maybe not, maybe so. Because they do kind of travel together, but they're all over. And there's supposed to be a better internet, as I understand, although it's quite costly to get into it. Yeah, it's oh my gosh. When they land, I want to be around to see what happens, and hope it's in my lifetime, and hopefully yours too. I hope it's all good stuff, type of thing. So, Men in Black, yeah, Men in Black showing up, and I don't know why they have to show up, because we already know that this is real stuff. And how are you going to shut somebody up? Well, yeah, Men in Black. Why don't they have Men in Pink? They're weird anyway. I'm saying, they've got this weird, whatever. We'll be right back after this. I am Glenn Lary, and I do thank you for listening. Maybe we'll get some more calls, or something's going to happen here. We'll see. It happens a little slow sometimes. I've been there. Here we go.
Mom, you wanted to talk to me?
The calendar hypnosis into thumbtack cushion, completely tailwind. And sewing elephants plant before cartoon paper cups. So numbers renovate.
If your teenager is trying drugs or alcohol, would you know the right word?
Afterward, lightly fish scale. Doorbell.
Find out what to say at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
There's no typical meth user. I was from an upper middle class family. Meth is terribly addictive. My first time using it, I was hooked. There was no turning back. I lost my job. I was homeless. I never thought I'd see my family again. I have a great fear of meth because it took so much of me. I mean, it took everything. Meth took over my soul.
Visit our website at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Now, don't forget, if you want to become a ham operator, do is get on that internet and look up ham operator, become a ham.org. And they do have the test for you and all that stuff. I'm retaking my test, trying to get up the ladder there a little bit. A couple of other tests I've got to take, which is, I hate tests, don't you? And there's a way about how taking a test. And that's important because you got to take a test a little bit differently than you do other tests because different. The driver's test is hard. Even for back you had a license for years, you go have to go through that test again. It's not easy. No, I know a lot of people flunked it, trust me. And of course, your ham operator's license, that's very important. So technician, we're getting that again. I let it lapse. It happens, but we're back on it. And I want to thank all the hams I've talked to on the radio and all my friends are hams. And I want to say hello to my buddy up here. It's King 6 RCL, K6RCL, and that is Dennis. He's a great guy. And I haven't heard him for a long time. I need to give him a call. I wanted to know if anybody out there is listening that knew Art Bell. Now, I want to know where his ham equipment went and some of his broadcasting equipment and what's going on up there. There's a beautiful little station up there in Prump. They're cool people. And let me tell you, it's KPFF FM in Prump, Nevada. They're a low powered station, but they're a community station and they're a lot of fun and they're doing some cool music and cool stuff. So, I mean, make sure you tune in to them for all my Prump people up there. And I know you're listening. And I would look up here, we see Canada live. Canada, we have London. I want to say to my folks over there, it's probably you guys, or maybe a new person out there. Oregon, Montana, Butte, Montana. Again, that's always a pretty big one. 3 out there. And, of course, Olympia and Lacey, Washington. And, of course, Pacific Northwest is always pretty big. I see a lot of little pins up there. It's on our map we have, our Brad Clancy map up there. And, gosh, that's great. California, Santa Barbara, Goleta. I have Thousand Oaks. And Indiana. Yeah, we're getting hit everywhere. Like I say, a lot in Canada. That's very interesting. They do like this type of shows. And there's a couple of them up there, mind you. Let me fix it. I just did that. Just fix that. Good. I got 3 screens in front of me going right now. And I kind of just have to scan by them as I'm talking to you. So I need to stay on the subject I'm talking about. But yeah, pretty crazy. So the Men in Black are out again. We have not heard from them, or who wants to hear from them, but about them for quite a while. So maybe there's something coming up that we don't know about. Maybe they've been reprogrammed to come back and talk to people. Who knows? Yeah. So if you have a story, a UFO story, or a ghost story, and what have you, we are open for that. Tonight is an open night for open lines. We had a guest, but the guest could not make it. That does happen, so that's when we stick this in with open lines. Yeah, want to say hello to Chief out there, Chief Hall, Avondale Fire Department, and he's police chief and fire chief out there, fire police, and to all the friends, and especially my friends in Sandy Valley. My salute goes out to Bo Greitz, good friend of mine, and to Sean Ely, great artist, did a great job in that studio, and his wife, wonderful people, Vic out there, Vicky, and everybody out there. Yeah, gosh, great little neighbors, great friends. And if you get a chance, which is a very haunted place, is the Pioneer Saloon. They are in Good Springs. Now, you may go to a haunted house, but a haunted tavern, tours and all that stuff. But now that things are opening up, thank gosh, thank God, because man, I mean, Texas is wide open. You wear your mask here and there. I mean, whatever. But and of course, we have our limits and whatever. People can come and go, but it's all good stuff. Serving food and serving the spirits, just the ones you see. I've had a few ones that I've seen, but didn't drink too. But I mean, I've drank with spirits. I didn't even know it. No, but a great place to go. And a lot of great people come in there. I mean, a lot of people through the years have handed cards out, and a lot of them are listening right now. And I thank you for that. If you want a coffee cup, right, I asked for a story. If not, you can send $10 in your name, what have you, donation, what have you, and to, of course, the Glenn Lary 51 at gmail.com. I'll just push the donate button there. We'll get some information on you and get you out a coffee cup. We have beautiful cups here. We got the UFO one, two UFO ones, and of course the K Ghost one. And that's kind of cool too. So yeah, cool stuff. If you see that, yeah. So we got a caller. Let's see who we got. Hello, caller. This is the Glenn Lary Show. And what is your name and where are you from?
My name is Zach, and I'm from Henderson.
Your name is Zach?
Yeah, Zach from Henderson.
Okay, sir. Talk a little loud to your phone. So,
okay.
There you go. Much better. Well, Zach, what are you calling about? What do you want to talk about?
Well, you talked about some ghosts and dreams.
Yes.
And I kind of have a little bit of a mystery one that kind of falls in between, I think.
All righty.
Well, I keep having this. Well, it's been going on for about a year. I mean, ever since the shutdown came. I'm dreaming I'm out in the desert, and there's those abandoned houses out everywhere, miners' shacks and things. And I always in the dream seem to walk into one, and there'll be people in there, but they're people I knew from 30, 40 years ago, and it doesn't make sense, and I intermingle with them a little bit, and it doesn't seem like the conversations make a whole lot of sense, but they kind of do it to prime. And then I'll wake up, and a couple of 3 or 4 days later, I'll be back out in the desert in a dream. And anyway, and it's always it's nobody that I know currently. It's always people from way back in 30, 40 years, or maybe even 50 years ago, high school. And we got to have it where we don't wear our shoes in the house, just because it keeps things clean, and so you put on a pair of slippers when you come in. Anyway, after about the 4th or 5th one of these dreams, it kind of unsettled me when I have them. I go out to put on my shoes the next day, and I hadn't been out in the desert, but there was sand and dirt on them, and I had not been out.
And nobody else,
other than like the Kmart, or to Walmart.
And nobody else wore those slippers, right?
Nobody has my size in the house, no.
Huh. Wow. And you had sand in the slippers.
My shoes.
In your shoes.
Slippers,
okay, I'm sorry. That's right.
That we leave out on the porch.
I got you now. I see it. Oh, unbelievable.
But I hadn't been anywhere, and now I'm afraid I don't even want to go to sleep because I don't know if I'm actually really going out there. A long time ago, I kind of played around with astral projection and could do it. So I don't know if I'm doing that now, but there's no explanation.
You're physically bringing something back from your dreams.
Which is almost impossible to do on a spiritual journey.
Interesting. Huh. And these people that you see are friends that you knew in high school, or, do they talk to you in the dreams?
A little bit, but I can't even hardly remember what they say. It's almost like I know I'm talking to them, but I'm not remembering anything.
Wow.
They're just the conversations unsettle me, and the thing is, I know for a fact a couple of them are dead.
Yeah. Wow. Now, the ones that you think that are alive, and you know who they are, have you talked to them?
I haven't, I don't know. Maybe I should contact those folks and see if they're in similar dreams. That would be interesting. I could.
Very interesting.
But it's also someplace. Sometimes you don't want to go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, but sometimes you should, because my gosh, would that be interesting? They go, yes, I have the same dream, and I see you in the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Now that would be very interesting to me.
Figure out a way to make sure that both parties knew that you'd actually met. Maybe trade something or something like that.
Or put a sign up that says, remember this name or number or what have you, and you guys swap information in your dreams. Could that happen? Has it happened?
Who knows? But,
interesting.
They're really unsettling. And then the dirt and the sand in my outdoor shoes was just that one really kind of shook me up a little bit.
It would me too, and I'd still be wondering about it. Gosh, that is something. You've brought something through the veil from the other side of the dream or what have you. I mean, it's.
Well, then what kind of holes left? I mean, once you tear a curtain, do you go back to mend it, or does anything that wants to come through that veil, that curtain, can it come through?
Actually, while you're sleeping. Well, that's scary. Yeah. You're asleep and they come in. I told you what happened. You've heard this. I've told many people about I had a gurney that I had given to me from the fire department, and comfortable. And I had to make kind of a boat area in my huge school bus, and atop it was a desk, so it's like a boat. You'd open up the curtains, and lay back in there. Anyway, yeah, I had it for like 2 or 3 weeks, and weird things are starting to happen. My dog was upset, and I left curtains open, and I just happened to wake up and open my eyes, and about 8 or 9 people leaning over looking at me, and then they vanished. And they disappeared, and I went, oh my God, they're ghosts. Man, I took that gurney because that's where it had to come from, because it's never happened before. And I threw that out the door so fast. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then slept in a regular bed.
People that had died on that gurney.
That's what I'm thinking.
Fire department.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I've had some weird stuff happen like that. Yeah.
What'd you do to wake them up?
I don't know. I mean, I had the gurney, and I'm alive on the gurney, and I'm sleeping, and I'll just wake up, and there's all these people looking at me, looking down at me. And I thought I recognized somebody, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, I've had, it's bizarre. That's pretty crazy and pretty scary.
Maybe they were wondering what you were doing on the gurney, and you were alive.
Yeah, where they're saying, "Hey,
on the portal."
Huh? I'm there alive, and they're passed through the whatever. And they're probably saying, "Well, when is he coming over?" Oh my gosh, just gotta chill. When I had my dog, baby girl, she was just talking about her earlier. I felt safe in my house. I still feel safe. I'm whatever, but not as safe when that dog was here. She heard everything, and she was alert about everything. And good alarm and good watchdog and everything. But they're very sensitive to a lot of things that
they're sensitive to the other side.
Yes, they are.
That's why it's always good to have a dog.
Yeah, or a cat.
And the cat, the cats will let anybody in.
You think so?
I think they will. I don't think the cats are. I think they're just okay. Here comes another spiritual entity. You can come on in. That's fine.
They just kind of watch them come in, don't they?
Yeah, but they don't care. Now the dog's there. The dog will protect you. The dog will say, "Hey, wait a minute."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Gosh, good. Yeah, quite scary. And if anybody out there wants to call on the other line, which is 702-874-1113, 2 lines are open today. Sir, I want to thank you for your story.
I appreciate it. Thanks much. Maybe I'll try to follow up with the other folks.
Okay, thank you kindly, sir. Be well.
Bye.
Right. Oh yeah, see, You never know. I mean, gosh, dreams can be actually communications ways to talk to the other side through dreams. And a lot of dreams that you have, and that's how a lot of spirits can communicate with you through a dream. And especially if you keep having current dreams, they keep coming, more dreams, and they're the same dream. There's messages to be said there. I'm not quite sure of that. Dreams analysis people are very good about dreams, and we're gonna have somebody on there real soon about that. I'm gonna write down that this guy, what he just told me. I've heard folks dreaming that they're at the beach, and then they wake up, have a heck of a dream, and it's so real. They wake up with sand in their bed. Yeah, just like this guy had sand in his shoes, or dirty shoe, what have you. Yeah, is it possible? What's going on? That's what I want to know. How does it work? Are you sleeping and all of a sudden the porthole opens or what have you? Well, you think about that. We're going to be back again right after this.
Every day, people are afraid to report violent crimes. In times like these, choosing to report a crime or helping the police can be a difficult decision. A no-snitching culture has sprung up in our communities, making it unpopular and sometimes even dangerous to report a crime. Do the right thing by calling 911 or your local crime tip line. If you're the victim of a crime, report it. If you know about a crime, report it. To learn more about how to do the right thing, visit ncpc.org or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Dreams. Who is coming to you in a dream? Oh my gosh, I don't know either. Now, when you go to sleep tonight, are you going to plan your dream? Do you ever plan to go back to a dream? Where you cut off, go back to the same dream, what have I've done it. It works. If if you think about it before you go to sleep and what have you. I do pray big time, especially before I go to bed. And I get in the morning, I say, thank you, for another day. I don't know or care, whatever religion's out there. I believe in the universe and it's all there. And positive, good stuff, it's what it's all about. And try to stay in that realm as much as possible. Of course, cats now can see. Of course, I was just going to ask this guy, does your cat see things? Oh, but he kind of let us know. Can't just kind of let them in. I wonder even about reincarnation. If a cat is reincarnated, how would he react to a spirit coming through the doorway or what have you? Interesting, huh? Let me know. Have you seen a spirit? I'm really not a real spirit. I mean, I've seen them. Don't be ashamed. Use another name. Okay, tell me what you saw. Or comment, tell me about your UFO experience. We're open lines tonight because our guest did not show up. Something happened. Things happen. And everybody has a live and just not radio. And I tend to have to remember that, of course. Yeah. I'm going to give the number out again and stand by.
To call UFO Talk Radio, the Glenn Lary Show, deep in the dark desert of Nevada, call 702-874-1114. North of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. West of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. And south of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. And east of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. First-time callers, call 702-874-1114. And if you just want to talk to the Glenn Lary Show, call 702-874-1114. It's now time for the Glenn Lary Show on UFOTalkRadio.com.
And we are back, of course, yes. I just got these pins in, by the way, brand new pins. We'll send one to you also if you email me. I got to have your email address and who you are and where you're from and all that stuff. And I will send them out to you. If you look on the Facebook page, we do have a gentleman that received his coffee cups and he's quite happy. I've sent a lot of them out. Saying hello to Randy out there. Miss you, bro. Hope you come out and see us. We'll autograph that book for you. And for everybody out there on Facebook that's on, we do thank you for watching the show. Don't forget to share us. Please share us on anything you do. Now, we're on YouTube also. We're also on a lot of different stations, as I told you before. iHeartRadio is just big and fun for us. Yeah. But I have time for a couple more calls if they come through. People like to watch the show a little later sometimes, and they'll sit in bed and push on Facebook and watch the show or YouTube or whatever. I understand that, especially for people at this time. It's like 10 o'clock over there at 10, 11 right now, going on probably 12 in D.C. or Florida area up there. And, of course, time zones are different everywhere. So, yeah, we do thank you for listening, and it's been a lot of fun on these years. A lot more coming up this year. I try to do some news, but I don't want to give you the news. You want to go to some other channel, listen to the news. I want to hear about space news, fun stuff, this type of thing. Although I don't want to know when the end of the world's going to happen. And I'll warn you if I know there's some type of comet coming to your backyard or what have you, or something like that. I'm sure I'll get that right away. I do miss Avery. He normally calls once in a while. I haven't heard from him out of Florida. I'm going to have to give him a call. And, of course, I haven't seen a couple of friends lately. Steve used to answer my phones. I miss him. They're real good people. I miss both of them, him and his wife. But we shall recontact. Yeah, you don't have to wait for the holidays to do that. Just pick up the phone and give them a dial. I'm going to do it. Now, once again, I'll give the number out for you again. And we are taking calls. Yes, sir. Open lines, everybody.
To call UFO Talk Radio, the Glenn Lary Show, deep in the dark desert of Nevada, call 702-874-1114. North of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. West of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. And south of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. And east of the Rockies, call 702-874-1114. First-time callers, call 702-874-1114. And if you just want to talk to the Glenn Lary Show, call 702-874-1114.
Yes, from UFOs to Ghost, Strange Things, Men in Black, on their back, as they say. Things are happening, and the SpaceX is happening. It's big. When are they going to go to Mars and live there? Oh, will it be you? Do you want to live on Mars? Start a colonization? Oh, I don't know. Now they're talking about the moon project again, and it's going to be big, very big. Maybe you want to live on the moon. And you can look out there and see the Earth. And you're going to say, do I hitchhike back? How do I get back? Well, the UFOs are still there on the other side of the moon. Let's find out, huh? Here live on the Glenn Lary Show. We thank you for listening. We're taking live calls now, everybody. So if you want to give us a call, we'll talk about that situation. But yeah, imagine going to the moon and living on the moon. I've talked about it for years. We've been there many times, 12, 13, 14 times. Have we been there since? Do we really know if we've been there since? Interesting. Mars. Would you want to colonize on Mars? Be one of the first? You're not coming back. I don't think you're going to have a return ship. Maybe so. But, gosh, it's a rough one, I'll tell you. We're going to take our caller now. Stand by. Hello, caller. This is Glenn Lary. Do turn down your radio, please, sir, or whoever's on the line. Hello. All right, go ahead, sir. You're live.
Yeah, I got a question for your show.
All right, sir, go ahead.
If all this space travel and everything going on, you think they're going to need emergency services out there?
Well, I would hope so. Sick bay, as they would call it on Star Trek. And yeah, are you, sir? Are you into the fire and first responders? Who are you, sir?
I sure am. I'm a fire chief.
I know this voice. All this. I do. Chief Hall, how are you doing, my sir, my friend?
I'm doing fine. How's Glenn Larry doing?
Fantastic. And boy, we got a real cool guy here on the. He was at 9/11 also, and quite the story. We were on our show a couple years back. That was a great show. And my salute and thank you for your service and everything you're doing now. And have you been pretty active in the fire things going on right now?
Oh, we had some bad calls on Sunday.
Oh boy, yeah. It's it never stops, no matter what day it is. And gosh,
But that's something I'd like to hear from some of your listeners. Do you think once SpaceX and everything gets going, we're going to need emergency services out there?
Oh, I'm quite sure of that. Yeah.
Well, what kind of emergency service are going to use? Kind of hard to fight fire in zero gravity, I guess.
That's true, but I don't know. That's something explodes, I guess. Maybe I don't know. That's interesting. Even thought about that. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
If you start a new colony, you got to have some kind of law enforcement. Who's going to be the law enforcement?
Yeah. The space police. Who is going to be the space police?
There you go.
I have a special academy for that, maybe too.
Yeah, you never know.
It's like the Jetson. They hover around the little hover things, and they chase you. And that's Now, although we have flying cars now, it's coming out, and that's going to be interesting. Flying cars. Who's going to who's going to do the traffic control on that one?
It's going to be me.
Yeah, you give me something that can fly. I think I'd have fun doing that myself. Tell you the truth.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, Chief, gosh, thank you so much for calling, and say hello to everybody out there from K-Ghost Radio, UFO Talk Radio, and Area 51 Talk Radio. Of course, we want to thank you for calling in the Glenn Larry Show, and my salute to that wonderful fire department you have there in Avondale.
Well, thank you much, Larry.
Yes, and God bless and be safe, sir.
We will.
And thank you.
I hope all your listeners are out there and they get more to listen to Glenn Larry shows. You got a great show. You always had. And it's a good way for it to see it on Tuesday night.
Thank you kindly. Be well. Bye-bye.
Be safe, and we'll be talking to you.
You got it, sir. Bye-bye. Great guy, Chief Hall. We had him on. He sat right next to me, and he told the stories. He showed pictures. And, I mean, it was, you got to imagine being there when this all happened. And it was just, of course, the most saddest thing that's ever happened in America. We were hit. Yeah, bad. And never forget it. Never forget 9/11 and those that died. And those that served and that died later on, the fire people and response and law enforcement. Yes, and our prayers still go out to the families. Anyway, we want to thank you so very much for listening to the Glenn Larry Show. I am Glenn Larry, as you all know, having fun. And remember, look at that donation button and think about your coffee cup, and also think about your pen. Again, up upper stick. I'll send it to you also. Yeah. And again, thank you for everybody for listening. And like I say, next week's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a great guy on, and the Majestic 12, M12. Remember that? About UFOs that cover up Roswell. Oh, no. This guy named Tom is going to be on. It's going to be very interesting to listen to this gentleman. And he has a heck of a great show. So tune in. And we may say to you now, may say to you later, always be well, be good, and be happy, and play well with others. Please do. Thank you. I am Glenn Larry.
That old lady told me I would never